We're back. We're back.
We're just going into it.
Oh. I missed it. I missed the memo.
Nothing happened. We're live, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for a starting point. Here we go. Yeah, so the pieces in this game are fantastic. You said you liked them.
Yeah, so they feel like if you were to see this game, 200 years ago, someone would have handcrafted them. You know what I mean? Like they feel that kind of like old classic, I don't know, ancient feel behind it because they're so marbly and they're so stone looking.
I actually disagree. I think they look very modern and chic. It looks like a kitchen that's been done in, modern. In the 90s.
Pampered Chef the board game.
Shh.
I mean, obviously.
I do not need those worlds colliding, Chris. All right?
There's not big dings in them. Like, they're perfect circles.
No, it's just I don't need to buy a copy of a Pampered Chef board game from Pampered Chef.
Costs $700.
Ugh. I already spent a decent amount of money on Pampered Chef stuff.
Yeah, no,
virtually.
Do you have the olive slicer?
No. My wife is actually very opposed. I bought her like 10 in my life of these single-use things, and no.
Yeah,
she doesn't want any of them.
The one thing I'll excuse is a cherry pitter. That's a single-use thing that is amazing.
Yeah, but this morning I ate some cherries for breakfast, and I didn't care. Cherries are so good.
But
Cherry
if you're making a
season
pie,
is my favorite season.
It's right now.
I know.
All right, sorry. We're
I've
getting way off
already
topic.
spent $20 on
Yinch, a great game. So you guys liked it. I give it 8.5. But you guys liked it?
I liked it. I would give it at least a 7, which for me is, I mean, that's a big compliment for an abstract game. But this is one I do want to play more, actually.
I don't think I could give it a 7. It would be a 6 for me. But I see why people like it. Whereas I don't see why people like some other abstract games.
Well, there you go.
Segment, we're taking a look at a board game based on an IP. I tell you the IP and the mechanisms match. Today we're looking at Terminator Dark Fate.
You're going to take the Terminator you chosen and 5 cards off the top of the deck. You're going to shuffle these cards in. This will be something you'll be doing throughout the game. And you shuffle the Terminator into the top 5 cards, put it back on top of the deck. You also have 5 cards from the deck that will be out. Now, some of these cards will be cards that you can purchase as you're playing through. The price is at the bottom. If the Terminator's out, then you would go to what's called the hunt phase, which is the 3rd phase of the game. If he's not out, you would just simply skip it. If he has wounds on him, which is taking the wounds off him, and I had 3 wounds, so I would draw the top 3 cards of the deck. I would shuffle him into that, go back on, and then the next round would start. If I chose not to flee, or there are not any wounds on him, then he would attack. Now, we're going to win if we ever do enough damage. So this says staggered, you must flee during the hunt phase. If this takes 15 points of damage, it's destroyed. So you definitely need to get 15 points of damage on him. But remember, every time you have him flee, where you don't want him to attack you, you're resetting the wounds. If you ever draw your card of hands, and when you draw, you have 3 wounds in your card, which are used to clog up your deck, then you would be eliminated from the game.
Most Terminator movies are based around this general concept of killing the Terminator. And this is one where you can shoot it and it goes back, but it keeps coming at you. It's relentless. And it gives you that feeling of dread and anticipation of, do I have the right cards? Are the right cards going to come up? I thin my deck down to get the cards that I need, and you're constantly doing that. I'm going to buy more cards. Nope, I'm going to stop. I need to start thinning. I need to get these combination of cards, and I found them. It almost feels like, if you squint a little bit, like you went on this mission, I got the C4 that I need, and I'm going to come back. Now I got to get the C4 and blah, blah, blah together. And once you have those together and you have that big moment of destroying the Terminator, you're relieved, you're high-fiving, you're having great moments, and then you can go to a higher difficulty level. This game was a huge surprise for me. I do really, really like it, but in addition to that, the IP and the mechanisms do really match for me. That sense of dread of a Terminator is chasing me, and I want to rid the planet and him for all time.
Hello, Proti here, your remaining content creator, and today I will continue my series where I will talk about a specific part of a game, and today we will talk about something from Great Western Trail. Great Western Trail is a Eurogame where you're having a bit of movement on the map. You have some deck building, some hand management, because what you want to do is try to get the perfect hand of cows to the final destination where you sell those cows. Of course, this is in short terms explained, and on the way you are putting yourself on different neutral buildings or your own buildings that you build to make different actions so that either your deck is getting better, your advancement on the let's say on the railways, where you then can sell cows to farther spaces, so to say, or to help with your hand management. And one thing that I wanted to discuss about today from Great Western Trail is one building that I really, really like. You have like the first, if you play with the A side, it's a one level, so to say, building, and if you play with the B side, it's a 2-level building. But in the end, it's quite interesting because it has an action. Here on the first side, for example, you can throw away 2 cows of the same color to get 3 money, and you make a new step. And if you put this strategically, so you can do this action to get some money and then make the action of the next building, maybe a neutral one or your building. And on the other side, even if you play with the B side, you have the opportunity to make whatever double action that you have released, so to say, as double action on your player board. So it's even more flexible because you can choose whatever action you want that you have open for double usage. But in the end, it's an action and a step, which is quite nice because your action on your turn is make some steps and do the action on the building. So you make an action, the half of the action, and make another step and activate that building too. So it's a quite interesting building that I wanted to talk about today in Great Western Trail. Have a nice breakfast.
Thank you, John, for the super chat where he's rubbing in. We didn't get the UK Games Expo. I would have loved to have gone, but we might hear a report from UK Games Expo on the Dice Hour soon, but not from us. All right, it's time to look at a random game on Board Game Geek.
Hoist the sails! Hit the button!
Sails hoisted.
3, 2, 1, go!
Hoist the main line.
Oh, yeah, okay, well, there we go. Oh, look, it's Gloomhaven's second. No, it's Stadissimo Rugby, a trivia game for French rugby fans.
What?
I can see the appeal. Look at that cover.
All right, well, we have to talk
Oh, my
about one that we
goodness.
can do. Let's do another one.
Are there? Oh, what's the rating on it, Tom? There's
Oh, the one
word.
rating?
Is
It's
that
gonna be
a 7?
A 7.
Oh, and it's from
Ooh.
Italy. See, it has international presence.
That's
All right,
right.
let's do another random one here. We got to do one that's in English at least. Ready? And
Button!
go.
Hoi.
Ah!
There's an expansion. We're not doing expansions. I already said that. It's an
Button,
expansion
Button!
for. Let it go.
Smash that button.
Oh, yes.
Don't drink and
Don't.
Drink.
Oh, don't. Sorry. Don't drink and draw.
Oh my goodness.
I love the name of this game, but it's probably terrible.
Okay, that
Oh,
stick figure
man.
on the front is.
I like this. It says ages 21 up and 21 and up. Duh. 2 to 8 players.
This definitely seems like a
Man.
great 2-player game. Yeah.
See, it's from UGG Games, I think.
Uggs.
Yoda
No, universe? I don't
riding
know.
a unicorn.
Okay, it's
at the
Party
Disney
Mayhem, and
House.
this hilarious game where every player draws and guesses on every turn. What year is this from? 2010. Choose your person, action, and location cards and draw the combination. Whether it's Madonna throwing up on the moon or Batman doing a striptease in Central Park.
Classics.
Everyone's guaranteed laughs as they guess each other's drawings. So basically, it's Pictionary, but with silliness. A little bit like, what's that game that took Time's Up and made it silly?
Oh, monikers.
Monikers, yeah. It sounds like that a little bit.
Sure, but you don't get 1 card, Tom. You get 3. It's like
You know what? It reminds me of. So I play Telestrations before Telestrations came out. And so someone makes up a weird sentence like that, and you fold over papers and you Telestrations it, right? This would be fun if you couldn't come up with your own idea. Like if you mashed those together.
This would be a good, you're right. I would actually not be opposed to using these cards as a start for Telestrations.
Because
Okay.
they're more funny and weird.
Because I always insist in Telestrations, if we're playing, like, listen, when you get your picture, write exactly what you think the picture is. Don't write cat. Right? A cat
Yeah.
whose hair is on fire or
Yeah.
something. And then that makes the game way more fun.
right.
I agree.
This as a game seems very basic, right? But at least that triple prompt thing is not bad. Just guessing, fine. But
This
like,
person says what it says on the box. A good alternative to the Pictionary.
I wonder how this would be for an art class to like have an exercise in drawing unique things and
Like-
thinking
So what
outside
art
of the
class?
box.
Would you bring this to a high school class, for example?
I'd rename the box.
Although it does say don't drink and draw.
oh, educational.
All right. Well,
I love it. It's a
Let's play.
5.8.
my goal is one of these days when we do one of these random games that I then go buy. That day has not yet come.
I would play that.
I want French rugby game.
Yeah, let's move on.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, we are Ryan and Bethany.
From Ryan Bethany Board Game Reviews.
All right, today we're talking about Mosaic, a story of civilization. This is obviously a civilization-style game. What you're doing is you are kind of staking your claim in this little slice of the Mediterranean world. You have the opportunity to change your government. You have a chance to build up a military, maybe attack some people, right? You get a chance to add to your population, produce. Yeah. You can tax your own people for a lot of money, but it's not going to make them happy necessarily, right? So there's all those things that you've seen in other civilization-style games, or maybe even computer games or whatever. They're all in this game as well, kind of distilled down into a board game format that is only takes about around 2 hours.
Yeah. So this game has such a fun middle part. Like the beginning, you're building up. That's normal in a game like this. And the middle part is so much fun. You're working towards getting all your stuff. You're getting all these cards, you're building things, you're going for the tokens, and then like the game just is still there and it hasn't ended yet, and you just kind of like want it to end because you've done everything and you're like just wanting it to be over. That last like 15% of the game was kind of frustrating because you just want it to be done. But that middle section...
Yeah, I agree. It overstays welcome a little bit, but you get so much in this box. There's so much content, so many different cards and tokens. I feel like you get from a component standpoint, you really get your money's worth. So this, if you're into civilization-style games, this might be one you want to check out. If you are into a shorter experience, this might kind of overstay that welcome a little bit. That being said, we still had a great time with it.
If you want to hear more from us, make sure to find us on YouTube. We are Ryan and Bethany at Board Game Reviews. Everybody, this is Ryan. I'm Bethany. Hoping you have a happy, healthy breakfast.
Bye, everybody.
Guys.
Happy breakfast, everyone. Today I'm here to talk to you about the sequel to Spicy, Sweet and Spicy. Yes, they're really inventive with the name. They have changed the tigers to smaller tigers in the form of cats. But what is Sweet and Spicy in the first place? It's a bluffing game, and a fantastic bluffing game at that. You are on your turn playing a card. It's got to be higher than the previous person, or if you're starting it off, or it's already looped round from the 10, it has to start with 1, 2 or 3. I look at my cards, I don't have a 3. Okay, I'm going to play this. This is a 2 of lemons. And they look at the pile and go, I'm going to call you out. But you have to say what you're calling them out about. That's the twist here, the spicy twist. It's that you have to call someone out on the number or the suit. So they go, I don't think that is a lemon. They turn it over, it was a lemon, but it was like the 4 of lemons. They got the call wrong. I get the cards as points and they are the round loser, and they have to draw a couple of cards from the deck. You're trying to get rid of your cards because that will get you a trophy which is worth points, or 2 of them just wins you the game. Brilliant, brilliant bluffing gameplay. And the twist in this sequel is there's some cards that are total wilds. Everyone starts with 1 in their hand, and it can be any number or any suit. But you can't go out of cards on a round with it to win a trophy. It doesn't get you a trophy if you go out on that. So when to play it is an extra fun choice that I think you're going to include every time. And I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this bluffing game. Super small and portable, highly recommend it. And until next time, enjoy the rest of your breakfast.
Best of the shelf here. We're getting very close to Dice Tower East, so the shelves are kind of locked and set in stone. But
Except 18 and 26 and 27.
I'm just trying to here's the shelf. Okay, we're taking a look at shelf 20C. Here, this is on my intellectual property shelf of sorts. I mean, not necessarily on the rocks as an intellectual property, but it's a very, very simple, easy to get into gateway game about mixing drinks. G.I. Joe is a property. This is a deck building game from Renegade. A pretty good one. Terrible rule book, but good game. Scooby-Doo Betrayal at Mystery Mansion is like the Betrayal at House in the Hills, but it works with families and really good theme. Scooby-Doo Escape the Haunted Mansion is more like an escape room style game. Can be replayed. Monster Crunch, this is a game about breakfast cereal. It's like a ladder climbing game. It's actually pretty good. Pan Am, the game. This is a game that gets a lot of love from Funko. They did a really good job at making a neat economic game with the Pan Am theme. Stardew Valley, the board game, has a lot of problems, but some people really enjoy it. And hey, that video game is very popular. Then we got some big anniversary editions of Ticket to Ride, regular Ticket to Ride, and Ticket to Ride Europe. Along with Empire's Age of Discovery, which used to be called Age of Empires 3. Glenn Drover's worker placement game, fantastic. And then we end up here with Clank Acquisitions Incorporated, Clank Legacy. This one's probably going to come out of the library at some point just because I have it set up in there that you can play it after we've gone through it, but people don't seem keen on that. And Catan Starfarers, an excellent game, basically takes Catan into space and adds a whole lot of stuff to it. Done. Googly eyes are coming in.
All right, well, we order googly eyes.
Well, I keep showing you my screen here.
Ecamm keeps defaulting to that, unfortunately.
You should unplug.
All right. I was not buying more googly eyes, I promise.
So
All
I
right.
had never played Stardew Valley until I played I never played the video game Stardew Valley until I played the board game Stardew Valley.
So you're glad that the board game got you into the video game?
Mildly. Like, I like the video game, but I didn't feel like the board game was very good.
No, that's
It
what
was
I'm
very
saying.
fine, yeah.
So you're glad you played the board game because it showed you the video game.
Sure.
My life needs to get back on track. I think I'm 2 weeks from beating Zelda.
2 weeks?
Really?
I think. Well, I mean...
Ooh. I mean, but you're going to explore more and everything.
Yeah, but once I've
Or you're just
beaten
shelving
it,
it.
once I've beaten it, I will calm down considerably.
Got
I
it.
think. I found a lot. Anyway, I don't know what we're talking about Zelda because you mentioned Stardew Valley.
Okay, I was like, where did this come from?
I was waiting for the transition. How
Because
does
Stardew
this,
Valley is a very addictive game, and so is Zelda.
I was like,
Yeah.
how does this lead to Ticket to Ride, Tom?
Yeah, it's Ticket to Ride. Or no, it's Clank Legacy. What am I saying? Clank
Oh, no,
Legacy is my
you're
favorite
right.
game on that shelf. Clank Legacy.
We never played Clank
Boom.
Legacy. I was very about Clank.
I thought actually Clank Legacy was out of the library.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah?
This is the last convention it will be in the library. I will replace that. No one's playing it.
It's
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
hard, yeah, to play a finished Legacy game, especially when it's someone else's copy. Oh, I do want to try Clank Legacy, but there's also the new one coming out. Maybe I'll try the new one. I think my favorite game on the shelf, it's a toss-up between Pan Am and Empire's Age of Discovery. Very different games. Wait, Ticket to Ride. Yeah, Ticket to Ride is, but I've never played the big one. Is it much?
It's the
more
exact same
fun?
game.
Is it much more fun though?
But it's
Does
bigger, better.
Some of the trains have giraffe heads sticking out of them.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's the same game.
Does it make it better, Tom?
Not really.
Okay, Ticket to Ride is probably, but the reason I love Ticket to Ride so much is because of some of the expansion maps and stuff,
Which that one doesn't have.
which you can't do with the big old anniversary ones. So, for fun's sake, I'm going to say Empire's Age of Discovery. That game is very good. I need to play it again.
My actual favorite is Pan Am. It's not Stardew Valley. That's just the one that stuck out.
Oh,
I like
Pan Am.
Pan Am, yeah. Pan Am would definitely be my favorite on there.
It's such a weird, like, I want to play an intellectual property game. What about Pan Am? You're like, I love Pan Am. Let's play it. No,
finally! My kids have been begging me for weeks.
it's a solid game. It just cracks me up that someone would be like, yes, Pan Am. But the theme works. It makes sense, actually.
I think it's a really cool mechanism to be trying to sell. You're trying to build up your company and hope that Pan Am buys it because you get more points, more money, more everything if someone wants to buy you up.
I really like that one.
Alrighty, well, that's best of the show.
Hey, I'm Jordan. Let's talk about a weeknight game. This is Motor City from 25th Century Games. It's the same team that brought us Fleet the Dice Game and Three Sisters. Those are both meaty, loaded roll and writes, as they call them. And these are games that have 2 sheets that you're working through and a lot of stuff going on. In this one, you are doing automotive production in Detroit, I suppose, and you are engineering cars, you are putting them through the assembly line, test driving cars, and then ultimately selling them on the sales lot. And in the game, you're going to roll a fistful of dice. Those dice are going to go across this grid board. The grid board's filled with actions. Whenever on your turn you take one of those dice, you take the action on the grid board, then you take the action on the dice, and then you take the action on your board wherever you put the dice. And you are also getting these bonus actions throughout the spots on your boards, because whenever you check off a spot, it might give you a bonus action in a different section, which might give you a bonus action to a different section. And it's that chaining stuff, kind of like Gauntron Clever, Millefiori, those types of games that have all of that chaining of actions. And it is just so cool, satisfying. It's in a theme and a setting that you don't see a lot in games, which is really engaging. And I really enjoy this one. I love that dice mechanism in the middle of the board as you're drafting those dice, but also you can upgrade your actions throughout the game. So there's a little bit of engine building, which is a pun because cars have engines. But regardless, I think Motor City is fantastic. I don't know of those 3 games in the series which one I like the best, but I think Motor City is really fantastic, and I love this one just alongside the other ones too. So check it out if you like these kind of heavier roll and write games. This one it's fantastic. I'm Jordan. Thanks.
All right, we're back to taking a look at Jeff's famous beef jerky, and this is the last week we're doing this, folks. I didn't want to do, there was too much for last week. I'll tell you what.
I feel like you need a and more attached to that.
We did it last week, and then it lasted till Tuesday night.
Yes.
And that's only because no one wanted to eat the
bourbon
the
whiskey.
the bourbon one. Then Joey came and ate some of it, and he said, it's actually really good. And then he lied because it wasn't.
Now,
He also likes olives, so, you know.
Right, yeah, he did
Olives
put
are fine.
copious amounts of olives on his beef jerky.
But
to
the
make it last.
non-jerky ones, I have meat
good.
snack sticks.
I'm going to try Jeff's.
Ooh.
Well, yeah, that's like the thing. I like beef sticks way better than beef jerky. Sweet teriyaki.
Really? I here have jalapeno carne asada. Mildly spicy.
It's a sweet on this one.
Ooh,
And
it's sweet.
it's definitely sweet.
This is honey barbecue. Yeah. I like
It's
that.
fine. Although, I do like the texture of his stuff.
This is so moist. Like, you know how, like, beef sticks sometimes are a little dehydrated feeling?
Yeah.
This is not at all. This is, like, super fresh feeling.
Does it feel like it's leaking out grease like Slim Jims do?
Only
Jalapeno
mildly.
Ooh. This is delicious. This is better than that.
I really like sweet
Try this
beef
one.
jerkies, so I'm a little bit biased towards enjoying this one.
I really like that a lot.
This one does contain wheat, so that's why I'm not sharing it with Wendy.
Yeah.
Not because she's not allowed in the cool club.
It's, like, really moist and
It really
tender.
is.
Yeah. It's, like, super fresh.
Those aren't going to last till lunch.
All right, what do we have here? We have butter
All right.
toffee
wow.
peanuts.
Yeah, even just tearing this, you can see that's got like really good texturing to it.
Yeah.
Joey does an olive subscription box.
This
All
might be one of my favorite products.
That's really good. I told you beef
That's really,
sticks are
really
great.
Beef sticks are great. Honey barbecue flavor. Woo, that's good.
The butter toffee peanuts are good.
Red
They're very
raspberry
crunchy.
licorice. This is solid.
I can smell that licorice from here. It's potent.
Well,
All
I'm
right.
gonna mix this with the beef jerky.
Now I'm hesitant on this one. This one's Korean barbecue flavor, which
yeah.
I'm picky about, but a good one is one of my favorites.
And it's actually beef, it's not pork. Because I've had pork Korean barbecue jerky that's good. Is it really saucy?
This is good.
It's not saucy. It's quite good. Yeah,
This
it's
is
weird.
really good.
Yeah, because usually it's pork jerky with like the sweeter kind of Korean
Yeah.
marinades.
That's the
but
best of the three, actually.
Toffee?
I agree.
Oh, I hate those things.
Okay, these taste like just any other toffee peanut that I've had. They're not anything special.
But to be clear, toffee peanuts are inherently
Oh,
special.
they're just good. I love sugar in all forms.
Where's yours?
Almost all forms. Ha ha ha.
I don't like coffee and peanuts mixed.
Okay.
This is dangerous to be eating at 9:30,
Right.
9:40 in the morning because
Before you get breakfast, have
These
a
are
happy,
so
healthy
good.
breakfast.
Okay, these are sour gummy bears. Ooh,
Are they better than Haribo?
they got a lot of flavor. They got a lot of flavor.
I'll try the orange one, Wendy's least favorite. Mm-hmm. They have a
I
lot
think
of
I got a
flavor.
raspberry one.
By the way, their tagline is freakishly delicious.
I don't think I've had a gummy bear with that much flavor before. It is
And
like
it's not just the sour. There
It's
is
not
that
the
little
sour.
bit of sour on the outside. But I'm
because I'm an
impressed.
Aldi's fan when it comes to gummy bears. Albany's, Albany's, not Aldi's.
I was like, I like the Aldi's
Albanese.
brand gummy bears. Like, all right,
Albany's is better than
those are great.
Haribo. Those are really good.
These are really strong.
They're
They're
power packed.
what are they? They remind me more of like the texture of a peach ring than the texture of a gummy bear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they have a lot of
They're
flavor.
not
in there.
overly sour.
So this Korean barbecue place back in Las Vegas, they used to make Jell-O that was like 4 times the strength Jell-O should be. So you were like chewing your Jell-O, and it reminds me of that almost.
You mean the flavor or the?
No, like they would do the
texture.
amount of water for like 4 packets of Jell-O.
That's
Water for one. So it was like super stiff, but it was also extremely flavorful.
You could like cut it with a knife, like
Yeah.
slice it into little.
It was intense.
These are really good. If you had asked
one
me,
more.
do you think that a beef jerky company would make better candy or beef jerky? I would say hopefully beef jerky. But now I'm not sure.
Man, that's good.
all right. Well, there you go, folks. We're not eating food in every episode unless you send us some. So
Please do.
we just split this between 2 different things. They've sold me on their beef jerky. I need to. I mean, they have a gazillion flavors here. I'm gonna get some of these. I'm gonna definitely get the orange mango and the mango habanero.
Because their habanero wasn't like overly spicy.
I also want to get some of
That's
their
true.
bacon jerky. Maple brown sugar sounds good.
Ooh.
And this chili lemon jerky sounds good.
I would,
Yeah.
get, I would get more of these the meat snack sticks. These are really
Those
good.
honey-
They have those in
Barbecue.
3 flavors: honey barbecue, jalapeno, and original.
I would try the jalapeno because as a company they don't seem to be overly spicy. You
Yeah.
know, they have a little bit of.
I don't know. That one was pretty spicy though that we had.
Yeah, the
What was that
had,
one?
onion or
What is it, cranberry jalapeno? I haven't looked at the
This is
prices
fun.
on these yet. All right. Well, anyway, that's our reviewing of something else.
Jeff's famous
Tasty,
delicious
tasty, delicious.
beef jerky.
We'll be right back.
Hello, this is Oliver, and today I'm actually going to be talking about a game that I've played very recently, and that game is called High Score by Cosmos. So one thing I like about High Score is, let's just get it out of the way. It's a super easy and quick game. I mean, this game is like 15 minutes. Okay, I may be exaggerating a little bit. It's more like 30, but it sure feels like a 15-minute game. Another thing I like is it kind of has that Yahtzee-style gameplay, kind of like Dice Throne and King of Tokyo and Yahtzee, but somehow it's simpler than all of them? Like, what? Another thing I like is how you're playing with kind of different rules every round. Like, the cards have different things that you have to do to earn points. If that's, how many times you can roll your dice, and just things like that. And I think that's a really fun concept. Another thing I like is this game is like very small and accessible, so you can just throw it in a suitcase, bring it anywhere, and even just play it with your non-gamer friends that maybe just play Uno and Monopoly. Another thing I like, this is actually more of like a recommendation. I would play this game with 3 and more players, not necessarily the 2-player, because it's definitely more fun. And the one downside to this game is, like, the art is kind of not it. Like, I mean, it's okay. I don't know what's going on with the circles, but it's fine, I guess. But really check out this game and have a great breakfast. Bye.
Blackout curtains are working. All right. That's it for another breakfast, folks. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be back today at noon for a live Q&A. And then, we got more stuff coming up as the week goes by.
Is he doing what's happening?
I lied. Z's doing what's happening in 12 minutes. Maybe you should do that first, then worry about my noon Q&A. Go watch Z. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Until next time, I'm Tom Bassel.
I'm Wendy Yee, and this was a delicious breakfast.
I'm Chris Yee, eating licorice for breakfast.
Part of your complete breakfast, which no one in the world eats.